What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Catch Up with Cody podcast. I'm your host, as always, Cody. I got the sweatshirt on and the hat as normal. If you guys could like, subscribe, drop a comment on this video, other videos, subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow as best as I can. Just want to quickly kind of give myself a little bit of props, a little bit of proud moments that I have. I just recently hit 1,700 followers on TikTok. I know it's not a lot for a lot of people, but 1,700. I'm almost at 5,000 profile likes, 65 followers on YouTube. I'm actually really proud of myself. That little break I took, I think, is getting me up the hill and over the curve that I needed to do. So I'm going to continue to grow the channel. Like I said, I appreciate you guys supporting me and continuing to support. So let's get this episode going. All right, guys. So got a couple different things I'm going to talk about today. One is going to be updating on the wedding plans. We're actually doing pretty good. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we're ahead of schedule. We got the date so far, place. We got some, minor things, centerpieces and stuff. Got that figured out. Got some save the dates, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, we're just getting that ball rolling, and it's going to be here before you know it. End of September 26th, 26th. So we're already looking at almost the end of this year. So it's coming up pretty quick. Jamie has a countdown in the family room, so it's crazy to see like where it was at, and then it's like in a blink of an eye, we're like 300 and I think last time I looked, we're like 330 days away. Might even honestly, it's going to be a lot less than that because it's already the 5th of November. It's crazy. So, but yeah, between that, talk about winter on the horizon. As a lot of people in Michigan, I'm sure know, it's getting dark early, way too early. I work until 4 o'clock, and it's like, come home, take the dog out, work on some podcast stuff, and then before I know it, I'm like, dang, is it like 10 o'clock at night? And I look at the clock, and I'm like, nope, 6 o'clock. It's crazy how dark it is outside. But that's Michigan for you. That's our winters. Speaking of winter, snow is also on the horizon. We're supposed to be getting some on Sunday. I've been seeing anywhere, like I've seen 1 inch, half inch. Somewhere I saw like 4 to 5 inches of snow. Hoping it's not that. I am not ready for that yet. It is way too early for that. But hey, it's Michigan, so anything can happen. But speaking of like stuff being on the horizon, Thanksgiving is pretty soon, so a lot of topics I want to talk about today. So let's get into the first one, which is that wedding planning, like I was talking about. Like I said, we got a date picked out. We got the location picked out. Really, the only things we have to worry about, like that are a major thing, is going to be the desserts, the cake. I still have to get my suit. Jamie's actually going wedding dress shopping Sunday, so she'll hopefully find something and have that ordered. I didn't realize how long it actually takes. I thought to myself, I feel like we're kind of early for as far as the wedding dresses and stuff. But I guess when she was talking to the lady, that it takes like 9 to 11 months to order the dress. So definitely with us ordering it now, it will be here obviously in time and earlier before the wedding, so we can make sure everything fits, everything works out. But yeah, I did not realize that it was going to be. I didn't realize it was going to take that long, which is crazy. But hey, those people know what they're doing, so hopefully everything will work out. They did the centerpieces a couple weeks ago, so just got to finish a couple things on that. Definitely ahead of the game, and now that the two major things, the venue and the date, are out of the way, a lot of the stress now is gone. A lot of the stress, I should say, not all of it, because we ordered our save the dates because we did our engagement photos a couple weeks ago. Got them in. We were super excited. We opened them. Pictures are blurry. I'm like, what the heck? So the style and everything was cool, but just the pictures on like the physical card are blurry. So we had to get in contact with that company. We're still fighting with them right now because they're like, well, you didn't do the resolution right and all this other stuff and all that all that stuff. So we're kind of, they're like, we'll give you a credit, but now you have to reorder some and pay for shipping and taxes and all that stuff. And so we're fighting with them to try to get our money either back so we can find a different place, or if they can fix the mistake and go from there. So that was kind of a bummer. We were super excited, and that's how they came out. So that's the only real stress that we've had right now. Everything else is working out, and pretty soon I'll be looking for my tuxedo and getting all that ready in my suit. So, but it's going to be here before we know it. And, I keep telling myself, well, it's only November. But like I said, that countdown, it's like, dang, it's already that, like, close. So, I mean, even the year is almost done. We're, what, in a month? Yeah, pretty much almost a month away from 2026, which is insane to even say that. That's definitely for a different topic, different day. But like I said, the stress other than the save the dates have gone away, so that's good. Just little pieces that we got to put together, which won't be anything too much to worry about going forward. So fingers crossed, everything stays well. But yeah, we're looking good so far. So knock on wood, and excited for that. Second thing is winter. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it is here. Temperature wise, does not feel like winter yet. It's been super windy, so that definitely factors into the temperature and everything. But we're looking at mid 50s lately. I've been outside a couple days this week between work and at home and wearing a t-shirt or shorts. But yeah, I mean the time that you can tell that it's winter is when it gets dark. 6 o'clock, it is like 9 p.m. outside, and that's the one thing that definitely puts me into winter depression or seasonal depression, whatever you want to call it, is because by the time you get home, eat dinner, get everything situated from that, you look outside, boom, it's dark out. Not much to do outside this time of year. So I've done a couple of walks outside, but it's not the same because it's so dark and you're just like, dude, I don't know what time it is. Where did the day go? And everything like that. So unfortunately for seasonal depression, that is on its way here. Sad to say. But, hopefully as fast as this winter season has come, it'll go away and we'll be back to summer, because I'm hoping that this summer, not that last summer wasn't good, but I'm hoping this is a really good summer. Haven't had one in a while. This will be the first full summer that I have weekends off. So I'm excited to make every weekend a good weekend. It is kind of nice, speaking of weekends, having weekends off, because I've been doing a lot more, whether it be the podcast content and everything like that, or whether it be, having plans with family, friends, all this stuff. Being able to do all this other stuff as well, hang out with friends. It's really good. So, but yeah, I mean, again, with it being November, obviously the next major holiday coming up is Thanksgiving. I still can't even believe that. I feel like it was just 4th of July not too long ago. And again, I feel like it was just summer, and now we're counting down to Thanksgiving. So comment below, though, what you guys have plans for the Thanksgiving holiday. I know that's usually a busy time of year for a lot of people. It will be for me and Jamie. We're going to her parents' Thanksgiving early, watch football. Hopefully the Lions win this year. So we'll go hang out with her family for a little bit, and then later on in the evening, probably 5, 6 o'clock, head over to my parents' house, hang out with them for a little bit. And honestly, I have a feeling that day is going to just fly by. It sucks because I like seeing both sides of the family and everything like that, but it's going to be busy, busy, busy. I may or may not be going down to Detroit earlier for the turkey trot, see my brother and my buddies run in that. But we'll see. It's kind of early. I was hoping to run in it, but my asthma is just through the roof. I try running and jogging around the apartment, but I don't get very far. And that's one thing that sucks. So I'm hoping that if I lose weight more, that will help. Obviously, with me shaving my face, I forgot to say that in the beginning. I definitely look totally different. And I'm like, damn, I really need to cut down on some calories here. But yeah, no, it's so it'll be busy if I go down there, hang out with them for a bit, come back and go to the both sides of the family's house and do that. And then on Friday afterwards, we usually do game day with her family. Just play some board games, have the family together. Both sides of her family, a couple buddies, everybody like that. And that's pretty fun. We usually do that for a couple hours. And then this year, I'll have Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, and the weekend off, 4 days in a row. That's going to feel so good. I'm excited for that. Haven't had that in a while because just kind of thinking and reflecting on some stuff since the year is almost over. It's been pretty much almost a year since I started this podcast. January, I believe it was like the first or second week in January is when I started this podcast. And to see myself consistently doing it for almost a year is pretty crazy. It does not seem like a year. And but I'm definitely excited. Like I said in the beginning, just the numbers that I have, I know they're not like crazy numbers and everybody's like, okay. I mean, I know it's not crazy numbers and everybody's probably like, well, I mean, they're not that high numbers, but it's super cool. I mean, I'm trying to get to that 2,000 followers. I was hoping to get it a lot sooner than where I'm at now, but hopefully by the end of the year, I can kind of get that up a little bit. I mean, even 2,000 followers is awesome to where I thought this podcast was not remotely going to get there. But obviously enough people like it and enjoy it. I've met cool people, like I've said before. I'm going to try to get some more content creators on the podcast. I'm trying to get some family members on the podcast as well. But just with schedules and everybody's super busy. But I definitely like the guest podcast. To me, it's easier to bounce ideas off of each other. And obviously watching other podcasts, they usually have a second co-host. So that to me has been the one tough thing about doing a podcast is being just a solo one. Because it's hard to I'm not bouncing ideas off of anybody. It's just me talking to the audience. So definitely going to try to get some people on. I got a couple names that I think I'm going to have on here pretty soon. So hopefully we can get all that figured out. And I got some emails to send out and everything to, like I said, some content creators, get that figured out. But I think 2026 is going to be a good year for this podcast. So we've had a lot of ups and downs, obviously, in this channel. The growth isn't really where I want it to be. Numbers could be a little higher. I know I'm obviously being tough on myself, but we also have had some positives. I mean, I've had, I think 5 guests on my podcast this year. I started a podcast, so that's obviously a huge thing. I know I took a break there for a little bit. I definitely, like I said before, I think that break definitely helped me. And just, I have to keep telling myself that, just do it. Just post a video. Just post the podcast episode. Whether it's a funny video, a boring video, just post it because you never know what video could go viral. You never know what people are going to like, what people aren't going to like. If you don't post anything, you can't see results. And that's one thing I need to keep telling myself. And Jamie and my mom have definitely supported me as far as the podcast. I'll tell them, oh, this video didn't do as good as I thought it was going to be. This episode did terrible. Then both of them have been like, look, now you see what you need to do. You see what works. You see what doesn't work. You're happy doing it. So if I'm happy doing it, yes, it should matter because I want to grow the channel and get more views and followers and everything like that. But what makes me happy, that's the number one thing. And it does. I mean, I saw a podcast the other day and, he was talking about his content and everything. And he was like, if you can reach out to one person and make their day or help them mentally or, maybe they're like, dang, I've been thinking about doing a podcast, but I don't know how to start. If this video or any of my videos reaches somebody like that, that makes my day because I helped somebody. Honestly, I helped somebody start what they didn't think was possible. And that's how I was in the beginning. I didn't think I could do this podcast. I didn't know how it was going to go. I did a podcast with another buddy, and then that didn't work. And now I decided, you know what? I think it's time for me to try doing this again and seeing what happens. And yeah, it's a lot of work. And there's some days that I'm like, just quit. You're not going anywhere with this thing. And you know, there's some posts that I put out that I'm like, why did you put that out there? Nobody's going to enjoy this. But again, I try every day, try my best to get the best content out to people. And again, I'm not perfect. There's still a lot of work that I have to do as far as editing and, you know, the setup and everything. Obviously, you guys can see behind me, I did move the desk. Just trying different things to see what works, what sticks, and what can make this the best channel possible. It makes you sit back and realize, like, you know, not everybody wants to see you succeed, and a lot of people want to see you fail. And I've heard that from a lot of different content creators, is like, nobody will be behind you during the process of you trying to succeed. But as soon as you pass that line and you succeed, and that money comes in, and the fame comes in, and the fans come in, and your name is everywhere, that's when people come out and they're like, oh, I was watching you from the beginning, or I knew you could do this. Well, did you, or are you just here now because you know I'm on top? So I've been definitely, that's been sitting in the back of my mind lately of like, that's fine. I mean, like they say, haters gonna hate. But again, it makes me happy. If I can make somebody happy out there, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if your inner circle doesn't support you, or there's negativity coming in from, all different directions. None of that matters. Just be yourself, be true to yourself, and do what makes you happy, not what other people, don't make other people happy. And, again, that's one thing I need to work on is, yeah, I want to see people succeed, and I've always said that I put other people before me, which is a good thing in some instances, but in some things, like this podcast, like, if people talk smack about the podcast, they talk smack about the podcast. You can't make everybody happy. So, but again, I'm going to push through the end of this year, and honestly, I think I'm going to prove a lot of people that I can do this. And the solo podcast is hard to run, but I know I can do it, and I'm excited to see how 2026 is going to be with this podcast. Again, the people that I've met online, half the time, they're more supportive than the people you see in person. So, because they know what it takes to make, whether it be a podcast or a YouTube channel or a TikTok, they know the work that goes into it. And that's what's kind of cool is, like, I share the same like things, like, oh, I'm struggling with editing. Well, so is this person. Let's bounce ideas off each other and try to figure out how we can make the best edits. Or, hey, just recently, somebody I follow on TikTok who I've been talking with, they just reached 5,000 followers. Hey, congrats on 5,000 followers. Keep it up, blah, 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 blah. That's the support that a lot of these content creators give me, and I want to reciprocate that back to them, because at the end of the day, all content creators are one big family. We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to do the same thing, and we're all trying to make the best channels we can. So, again, I just wanted to kind of talk about that stuff and the support that I'm getting, and I'll say it again, haters are going to hate. Again, a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm excited. Honestly, this was probably the best podcast episode, in my opinion, that I've done. I was happy doing it. I wasn't stressed. Honestly, I've been waiting a couple days. I've been trying to come up with ideas and what to talk about and everything like that. And like, just talking today was probably the most comfortable that I felt. I feel like I didn't stutter or say ums as much as I usually do. Obviously, I still said some, but this was probably the best podcast that I've done. And I'm hoping that everything reflects that. Just thank you. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe, like, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I need to start posting more on there. It's just a lot, and I need to sit down and just learn everything. But there's so much to learn. So it's always a continuous, cycle of growing, learning, and just keeping up the good work. So again, thank you guys for watching Catching Up with Cody.
Sports and life,
Peace.
I've got stories to share. Sit back, relax like you just don't care.